The Nebraska Association of Resources Districts Foundation makes a difference for children, teens, young adults, families, and even professionals. The foundation gives back to Nebraska. It finances educational programs in natural resources and agriculture to build a better tomorrow, and to encourage our youth to look into natural resources programs and career opportunities as they grow.
We want to bring them in, and we want to introduce them to the programs and we want to encourage them to continue their education not only through the Natural Resource District system, but for the rest of their life.
The foundation thrives because of people like you who give. Thank you for joining us in wanting to make a difference in Nebraskans' lives. Your contributions provide educational opportunities and support for Nebraska students in the world of natural resources. The NARD Foundation was rejuvenated in the 1990s by former Central Platte Natural Resources District General Manager Ron Bishop. It started with just $4,000 sponsoring a single program. Today, the foundation has more than $300,000 in it and has helped thousands of kids. It provides funds to at least 10 different programs and events across the state every year. This number continues to grow. It's test-taking time at the Nebraska Envirothon. This fun yet challenging program gives students the opportunity to take what natural resources skills they've learned in the classroom and apply it to real-world situations.
The thing that's really neat about Envirothon, it's a real hands-on experience.
Test topics include learning about range, forestry, aquatics, policy, soil, and wildlife. High school students also have to prepare and present a presentation on a current issue regarding natural resources to a group of judges.
One of the things that's really helpful is we get tremendous support from the local NRD districts, the participating schools, the team that puts the questions together, the judges. It's a very comprehensive effort. I think it's one of the best things we've got going.
Many teams study for months for the competitions. The top 3 teams who win the state competition are provided financial awards to improve their Envirothon programs at the local schools. The first place team moves on to the National Conservation Foundation Envirothon, which can be pricey. Many times students can't afford the registration fees without the financial support of the NARD Foundation.
If we don't have the financial support and so forth, this stuff all costs a lot of money. We wouldn't be able to do this to the level that we do it now.
Calling all 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, Adventure Camp About the Environment, also known as ACE Camp, is one of the most fun and educational nature camps out there.
Half of the kids that we get that come to the camp are from an urban background and half of them from the country background.
The NARD Foundation helps sponsor ACE Camp. This is where middle schoolers get their first taste of what it would be like to work in natural resources.
There's a soil session, a forestry session, water session, and a range session.
Not to mention, they get to go tubing, do ropes courses, build a campfire, and much more. For many of these students, the foundation makes this experience possible.
Without the NARD's help, we wouldn't have a lot of the supplies that we need for our sessions, our water sessions. They were very helpful and instrumental in getting some tools like GPS units.
The taxing authority that the NRDs received
very actively involved in doing water quality planning.
I got some intensive water law training and it was phenomenal.
These voices are from the Natural Resources District's early leaders. Their documented stories of how the NRD system became what it is today. By being a partner in the NRD Oral History Project, the NARD Foundation's teamed up with the UNL Water Center and the Nebraska Historical Society to develop a website that has historical documentation of how the NRDs got started.
Yeah, I'm Paul Smith from Burke County.
I mean, I couldn't even go over and get a map or anything. They would give us nothing.
The 500,000 acres of irrigated ground up here, and that does not include the dry land.
The website includes a library of stories about the NRDs and how it developed. Easy searches for people and topics are available in just seconds. Go to www.nrdstories.org to find out more. It's Career Day at the Nebraska Agricultural Youth Institute, also known as NAYI.
I chose to be a member of NAYI because I think it's really important that youth understands how important agriculture is and how it can affect our lives and the world we live in.
This is a week-long conference held each July for high school juniors and seniors. The NARD Foundation helps provide funding to put it on every year.
They talked about what it's like to be an advocate for agriculture, and then we had some games. We played kind of like an Olympics, and we got to compete with other teams, and we're also doing a farm management game, which is teaching us ag economics, so it's been really helpful.
The conference encourages students to consider stepping into a career in natural resources and agriculture.
This has just been a great experience, and I highly recommend that anybody that wants to go into an ag field or just learn more about it to come to NAYI.
Other educational programs the NARD Foundation has an instrumental part in are Ag Day on the Hill, Nebraska Great Park Pursuit, and the Groundwater Foundation's annual meeting. Because of our donors, the foundation is able to sponsor 5 Nebraska college students to attend National Ag Day in Washington, D.C. every year. They learn about natural resources and agriculture issues. Nebraska Great Park Pursuit promotes active lifestyles while increasing awareness of the nature-rich outdoor recreation opportunities throughout the state. Several of these hotspots include Natural Resources District recreation areas. And the foundation assists in sponsoring the Groundwater Foundation annual meeting. The Groundwater Foundation has taken huge steps forward in educating the public on how precious and delicate our groundwater is. Hundreds of students gather in Lincoln, Nebraska for the annual state FFA Convention every April. As a proud sponsor of 3 Natural Resources Awards at the convention, Blue Jackets Bright Futures Program, and Agriculture Issues Academy, the NARD Foundation has been honored with its own award from FFA. In 2015, Nebraska Association of Resources Districts Foundation accepted the Distinguished Service Award for our commitment to investing in our youth and their interest in natural resources and agriculture from FFA. The foundation not only helps sponsor these programs, but helps run Agriculture Issues Academy. After a thorough application process, students learn how to speak to legislators, the media, and the public about natural resources and ag issues, sometimes controversial.
Living in rural Nebraska, I know agriculture pretty well. That's what I grew up with, that's what I know. But it made me realize that cities or even other rural areas might not have that exposure and might not always have the same viewpoints or even know enough about it to have a viewpoint at all.
They get media, social media, and speaking training to find positive ways to talk about the subjects these students are passionate about.
It's good to sometimes answer the questions that are being asked, but sometimes start a positive feedback so that it's not all negative and questioning everything.
The students meet with Nebraska senators and then get to watch those same senators debate on the legislative floor. It's a one-of-a-kind educational experience these students love.
It broadens your horizons, I'd say, to other perspectives and kind of to keep an open mind about different things. And then it was kind of fun just to listen to the senators debate and talk about some different things because, you don't get to do that every day.
The NARD Foundation encourages agriculture and natural resources learning in the classroom. That's one reason why it supports the Nebraska Farm Bureau Foundation for Agriculture. This foundation invests in programs like Ag in the Classroom, Young Farmers and Ranchers, and leadership programs. A successful program called the Nebraska LEAD Program, which stands for Leadership, Education, Action, and Development, is also something our foundation values, and we've seen firsthand it works. NARD Vice President Jim Benfeld was a member of Group 13. The program has been going 35 years strong.
It teaches you basic fundamental social skills.
30 members involved in agribusiness and production are trained to become active in their communities and leaders in the ag and natural resources world.
The people, for the most part, that are graduates of the LEAD program kind of rise to the top in leadership all across Nebraska. They are the future of Nebraska. Without what they learned through the LEAD program, they wouldn't be able to do that.
The NARD Foundation continues to grow and expand its reach across the state. In 2015, it teamed up with Nebraska Educational Television, known as NET, to produce a 1-hour-long program about Nebraska's natural resources districts. The television program will dive into the history of the NRDs, the major accomplishments of the organization, intriguing programs the districts run across the state, and how they'll be vital to the future of Nebraska.
I was already aware of the fact that the NRD system was a unique management model in the United States. So I already thought that that was really cool, you know. And so this program is exciting to me because I'm getting to actually go around the state and work with people in the individual districts and learn more and more about how diverse those districts are and what a broad palette of, you know, services and needs the districts fill.
The Nebraska Association of Resources Districts Foundation is vital to educating our youth about natural resources and agriculture. You make the foundation's success possible. If you'd like to donate, you can participate in the annual Ron Bishop Memorial Golf Tournament, shootout, and live and silent auctions at the NARD Annual Conference. The foundation also puts on a 5K run and 1-mile walk in the spring. NARD Foundation accepts cash, check, and credit card donations. Head to www.nrdnet.org for more information.